Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com, throwing it over to DB Don Bauer for his intro.
Hi everyone, this is Don Bauer, not doing a big intro because I am from Scotland. And in Scotland, a big intro is a little bit scary for most people over here. So it's just Don Bauer.
Really? It's scary for people to have a big intro over there?
Oh yeah, big intros. That's an American thing. Over here, it's for example that photographer that you did a shoot with, your online shoot. What was his name? Gavin
Away.
Hey.
Gavin Away.
Yeah. He's one of the big photographers over here. He gets lots of his stuff in some of the magazines, and that's how he's got a whole pile of subscribers there. And his as well. It's always very, very gentle, very relaxed.
He is. I love his intro.
Yeah. Hello, Gavin Heavy here. Oh.
His stuff is really good. Nice hair. Your hair is looking banging today. It's like bangers and mash.
Yeah. I shaved it especially for you to look as sexy as possible. And your hair is looking pretty big as usual. Quite the opposite.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of bald, a little bit of hairy. It's kind of like your ass.
Kind of like your balls.
There you go. I mean, not that you know,
yeah.
Dom.
No, that I know. Our secret Skype videos.
Yeah, our secret Skype videos. Anyway, how was your holiday?
Holiday was good. Up in the Highlands of Scotland for Christmas and New Year. So I was up there for about 2 weeks. Had 2 weeks off, and just working constantly on my photography book while I was up there. And being up there, I was just up there with me, my sister, my mum. Between Christmas and New Year, the rest of the family had all gone off, and I was just working on the book the whole time. And have you ever seen the film The Shining, where was it Jack Nicholson?
Yep.
Nicholas Jack. Anyway, he starts typing the same thing over and over. Started doing that, so I was like, I need to get out. So I went out and did some shots, but yeah, staying inside for too long, working on a book for too long, kind of makes you go a little bit crazy. You really need to work on some videos in between doing a book, because I didn't even have my cameras with me or anything. I was just up there just working all the time on the computer.
Did you get anything nice for the Christmas?
Oh, I've got to tell you this. Got the funniest book ever.
That's a funny book.
Awkward Family Photos. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I saw it online. Is the book better than the online stuff?
Oh, it's to the point. I've never heard of it or seen it before, but I will happily promote this because I think it's absolutely genius.
I agree.
My sister got it for me, and she said, "Oh, Don, you'll find it funny." I thought, "Oh yeah, is this a couple of funny photos?" But it was to the point where after about every 6 or 7 pages, I had to put the book down because I was laughing so hard. Yeah, Awkward Family Photos by Mike Bender, good name, and Doug Chernak. But absolutely hysterical, brilliant reading. If that would, I would advise that for you to get as well, for everyone to get if they want to wet themselves laughing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up that link because I may just buy that book. I saw all the ones on the website. And it's really, really, really funny.
Well, I didn't know they had a website. I hope they're going to do like a second video.
Well, geez, you got to find the things.
Yeah. Well, it's just everybody submitted it, and it's pretty much all American and all must be 70s and 80s. There's a couple of 90s, but some absolute shockers in it.
What are you trying to say? That it's only an American thing to do weird, awkward family photos?
Yes.
What, you tell me you never did like kill shots?
Submit it for everyone to see.
Sure. I'm sure you have some weird.
I think in Britain,
what?
I think in Britain everyone would just be too embarrassed for anyone to see their awkward family photos. I don't know. Maybe there will be a British one coming out soon, and that will be that'd be good. Like American versus Britain awkward family photo album book thing. That would be hysterical. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Did you get anything nice for your thing that you have?
Yeah, the Hanukkah.
Yeah. What day is that? The same as Christmas Day, or
No, Hanukkah's 8 days and it changes every year. This year it started December 1st. Do you need
8 days of Christmas of present giving?
8 days of present giving? Do you need a Jewish orientation here?
I kind of do. I don't have. They don't have Jews in Scotland.
Well, that's because they kind of pushed them out a long time ago.
Yeah, along with the Romans.
Yeah, pretty much. We ran away. But no, Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and there's 8 crazy nights. Just go listen to the Adam Sandler song.
Okay. I'll Google that after.
Yeah, but no, there's 8 nights of gift giving. The story is that there was only enough oil left for one night for the candle for the candle to burn, and it lasted 8 nights. So there you go, 8 nights of Hanukkah.
Wow, impressive.
I got some books. I got some photo books. I got some an NHL, a Sports Illustrated book with a lot of NHL photos going all the way back, and then a 365 book for baseball, like old vintage baseball photos. So that was pretty cool.
Cool, nice one.
Yeah.
And did you get anything for Lil?
Lil got some more books, some more puzzle books, like always.
Yeah. She pretty a Jedi master at puzzles, is she?
Oh, she's nonstop every day. Puzzles, and more puzzles.
Yeah.
Yep. You get any camera gear you're working with?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to not get camera stuff over Christmas, because it is the case of you get camera stuff and then you just ignore everyone else and then just play with your camera for the whole Christmas period. So mainly just books and stuff to read is the main kind of presents for myself. Otherwise, it's just, wow, new camera stuff. Yes, bye family. I'm off to play with my camera for the next 7 days.
Exactly.
Constantly.
So, what kind of predictions do you have for the new year? You want to talk about some of that? What do you think's coming? What's coming?
Cool. Okay. Well, it's really got to be the Nikon D700 replacement's got to be coming out sometime this year. I was surprised recently at the CES roadshow happening in somewhere in America just now. Is it Las Vegas? Yeah. And Nikon hasn't got any stand there at all. They've just got kind of like a meeting room going on. They're not showing off any new cameras.
No, here's my credentials.
Which is quite surprising.
Here's my CES credentials. I didn't go.
Oh?
No, I think I'll go next year. It was short-term notice, and I just didn't really have a need. Like, if I had a need to go, then it would be... I think next year is the year that it will be, like, prepared, the website's kicking ass, and then able to go out to that. And it's not all photography. It's basically TVs, electronics. It's all the new gadgets. And this year it was the year of the tablet PC. That's the big thing that they're pumping out there just now. Yeah, so, I would think a D300S replacement, a D700 replacement. It's all in order. I mean, it's time.
Yeah. Well, and also the sensor's made pretty much. It's got the Nikon D7000.
Yeah.
The sensor in that is a good bit better than what is in the D300 already.
Yes.
So because the difference between the D300 and the D90 was the body. The sensor was exactly the same.
Yeah, body and circuitry.
Yeah. So some of the kind of how quickly it can process the images and stuff, but the sensor itself was exactly the same.
Yep.
So they've got the new sensor in the D7000, so they're also going to put that into the D400 or the D500.
Who knows?
Similarly in Japan, they don't like the number 400 because 4 is yon, Ichini-san, she, which I think is yon, which means death. So they don't usually like the number 4 or 400. So they'll probably go up to 500. But that should be coming out this year, I think. It's just a case of just sticking that sensor into the new body.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. It should be interesting because they've really, really kicked ass with their cameras. And you shoot with a Canon, don't you? A little bit. You have a
yeah. I'm shooting with the 550D, which I'm pretty much using for all my video.
Right, but you don't use that for stills.
Not really. Well, I don't have any Canon lenses, which I use. I use all my Nikon lenses on my Canon cameras. So there's always manual focus, manual aperture, manual everything. So just for ease of use, in photography terms, I'm always using my Nikon cameras and Nikon lenses. But for video, you don't really want to ever use auto in your videos. You don't want auto aperture, auto ISO, all that stuff. You usually always have it manually set.
Yep.
So that's why I'm happy using the Nikon lenses on the Canon cameras for video.
And the trouble I run into, Canon sends me the cameras, but it's not like I have a whole bag of lenses. So I can do all the Nikon reviews because I have every lens that I need. When it comes to the Canon, it's like, give me some good stuff and I'll fully give it an honest to God, you know, test. And it's tougher because I can go borrow used lenses at Allen's.
Fair enough.
But it's not like I have the right lens for every situation. I want a 70 to 200. I want a 16 to 35. I want the 50s. I want all of that stuff, you know? So I can do a full-on test.
Yeah, yeah. Especially you want the top quality glass. If they send you a new camera or something, and it's say, oh yeah, it's a great camera, and you're using a rubbish lens that you've got with it, then it's like, I need a good lens to really show the ability on the camera.
Exactly. Exactly. You are spot on. Cheerio.
Yeah, no. So like prediction wise, I think Canon probably won't be bringing out too much this year. There is thoughts of the 5D Mark III.
They're so far behind right now.
And I think that might come out at the end of this year. I don't think that will be the kind of mid-year.
What if I told you it was coming out Monday? What if they announced it Monday at CES? I mean, except CES is over by Monday. What if they announced it today? If they didn't announce it this weekend, they're not announcing it. But they need a 5D Mark III. The 5D Mark II it's great for video, but they didn't update the focusing system. They have the 7D's been out with a much better focusing system.
Correct.
It's just get on it. And then the rumors are that they're not going to have a 1DS Mark III, or sorry, Mark IV, you know, the S. They're going to stop doing the S, and they're going to stop doing the 1D, and they're going to combine them and just have one full-frame SLR, digital SLR up top.
All right.
Which is, I mean, I don't really care. It's just like an $8,000 camera. Do you really, you know, 1DS Mark III is they're $79.99.99, and that's here. And so over there, they're probably the same price, which is even worse.
Yeah, really sucks. And also, our VAT over here has got. Do you know what VAT is?
Yeah, I heard it's going up to 22%.
Well, it's 20% now. So everything you buy, an extra fifth of the cost is being put on, and that's just in tax going to the tax man.
On everything.
On everything apart from maybe children's clothes and vegetables.
Everything. So it doesn't matter that it's an import. It's like everything gets the. What do they call it? What is it again? The VAT. What do they call that?
VAT, value added tax.
Yeah, value added. I looked it up because I wanted to know more about it, and it's literally they just charge you tax, man. And that's kind of why we split away from you people back in the tax days and had that Boston Tea Party because you taxed everything.
Well, what I was thinking is that the amount, let's say the D700 replacement comes out, and from over in Britain, let's say that's going to be £2,000.
You thinking you're going to fly over here and buy it?
It would actually probably be about the same price.
Well, come over and stay. We'll take you to Allen's.
Yeah, okay, we'll do. If me and my girlfriend, for a holiday, say, right, we're going on holiday this year, and we say, right, let's fly over to New York. We can get a flight over to New York for around about £400. Return, which is amazing. That's super cheap. £400 return, and, you know, that's going over there. You get all the cool sights. You get a whole bunch of photography elements. I could meet a whole bunch of people while I'm over in New York.
Yep.
And I can buy a camera and still save money than if I just stayed at home in Scotland and bought a camera including all the tax that's on it. The one thing is, if I buy a camera over in America, then I fly back over to Scotland, if they go, oh, is that your camera? Have you bought that? You're going to have to pay tax on that. So even if I go abroad and I buy something and I bring it back over here, I will have to pay tax as I walk through customs.
If they think it's new.
If they think it's new. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go there, buy it, then take lots of photos, use it, take out the box, throw the box away. And then they can't really tax you on it.
That's insane.
Yeah, so there's VAT and there's also import tax as well. I think there's also another thing called stamp duty, which is another tax which you throw on things. So in the UK is just so expensive just now. It really hurts. And also the exchange rate between Britain and Japan, where most of the prices are decided upon, is getting worse and worse and worse. So everything coming from Japan or being priced at Japan is now more expensive in the UK than what it was a year ago again.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, especially with the photography equipment being expensive.
And well, the other thing is it also means that whenever we do a photo job here, we've got to think whatever we do the job on, like let's say like today I was taking some photos of this new toy that's being produced and being displayed over in Germany for some big toy festival. So I was doing a photo shoot for this company, and the price that I gave them, I was like, yeah, that's going to be that much. And there's but I'm also going to have to add on VAT on top of that. So that's an extra 20% of my cost has to be added on top of that. So it's just like, it hurts everyone, really. It really does.
That's a lot. Yeah, you got to pay for the Queen somehow.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of the Queen. Not many people in Scotland are big royals over here, but I think the royal family, I think they're a great thing in the UK.
Yeah, we don't. I don't fully understand it. I mean, it's cool, but I just don't understand. And now it's just there. It doesn't really serve. What purpose does it serve other than being seen?
What is the Queen? Well, she is still the kind of ruler of everything. So every law that has to be passed, the Queen has to tick it off and say, yes, that's okay. So it'll have gone through all of the different types of parliaments. We've got the Commons and then we've got the Lords. So let's say the government says, right, we want to make sure that no photographers are allowed to take photos of the police. That will go to the Commons, which are just normal people that have trained to be politicians. Huh. And they'll go, yes, we don't want them to take photos of police officers, and they will strike that through. Then that has to go to the Lords. The Lords are usually the people that have run Britain for a long, long time. So all like for example, we have Alan Sugar, who is our we do a TV show which was sent over to America where it's people that Apprentice. Have you got that in America?
Yeah. Well, we have Donald Trump's apprentice.
Yeah, you have Donald Trump. Well, our guy over here is a guy called Lord Sugar, and he was pretty much just a normal guy, but he's now a multi-billionaire. So he's obviously brought huge amounts of money to the UK, and now he's one of the Lords. And then, so once it's been in the Commons, it goes to the Lords. The Lords then go, yeah, that's fine. Or they go, wait a minute, no, stop being dicks. And they send it back and say, look, we're not agreeing to this law. But if the Lords go yes, and then it usually goes to the Queen afterwards, and the Queen goes, tick, and then that's how the laws are passed. So that's kind of what the Queen's there for. But the other thing is the Queen and the whole royal family are this great institution in the family to these other countries. They can go to Africa, they can go to China, and they can present Britain, but without being under any political pressures.
Sure.
So they can go over and they can tell President Mugabe he's been a total idiot and he should bugger off and die. Meanwhile, politicians can't really do that because they'll get in trouble. So it's quite good that we can have some, quite ridiculous politicians running, quite ridiculous kind of royal family that can say what everyone really wants to say, but obviously, normal people can't get into the same situations that they can.
Sure.
But I think they're very good, and they also bring a huge amount of money back to the country as well, with all the tourists of Americans coming over to the UK to go see Prince William.
He's so dreamy.
He's so dreamy.
Is there a Quidditch match going on today?
I think so. I'll go get my Quidditch stick.
When's the upgraded Nimbus 2000 coming out with new megapixels?
Indeed, I don't know.
Anyway, so bringing it back to the photography, what do you have coming up for this new year? What's cool? What's new and exciting?
As in, like, job-wise?
Whatever you're working on.
Okay, well, first of all, is the book. The book is so difficult to write. Well, it's not difficult to write. It's difficult to make sure it's properly good.
Yeah.
So I did a first draft somewhere, and it was about 80 pages. So then, while I was up north, I then started, really working on it, putting in lots of photos, because pretty much everyone that goes on my videos, they all say that "Oh, Dom, thanks for your videos, because we really hate reading books." So it's like, damn, I'm making books for the wrong type of people. So I'm just trying to put as many photos in it as possible, and also just getting all the right details, like shutter speed, ISO, aperture, and positions of flashes and all that, and doing little diagrams as well. So it's roughly working out a full hour, maybe even 2 hours per page of the book. I'm trying to get up to 120 pages. So that is of like proper 120 or maybe even 200 hours worth of constant work to do. And also then you've got to re-edit it and go through it all again several times. So that's the kind of big thing which I'm really trying to finish this year. And how's your ebook stuff? Are you punting any of those out this year?
I've been writing them, but it's not like I hit I hit a brick wall. But I hit the wall because it's just information that is, I gotta let it happen. I can't force it. I don't want to force out the book. So that's why Greg and I are working on 2 separate projects where he's going to be doing flash videos once a week, starting from the very basics, taking it all the way out, and at the very end, probably compile everything together, because who knows how long, it could be a year's worth of videos. Compile it all, and in that way, we already have the outline, and it's just filling in all of the other important information to go along with it and packaging it into a book. And this way, everybody got to see a lot of the stuff, but if they would like to thank us for all of this stuff, they can turn around and purchase the product and still learn a lot more. And I'm going to be working on like the beginner photo basics and low light photography, the things that people have trouble with. So we're hitting them with flash and we're hitting them with the low light stuff. So that's, a well-rounded bunch of information.
Yeah. I do still get loads of questions of when people ask me, "Dom, how do you take really sharp photos in really dark situations with low ISO?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, are you using flash?" "No, I don't want to use flash." And I'm like, "Okay then, have you got a massive lens that will be like an f1.2?" And they're like, No, I'm just using my kit lens." You're like, oh.
Well, did you see on the website we added a FAQ section and a beginner section?
Yes, saw that. Good work.
Excuse me, I'm sneezing.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Bless you. So, yeah, we put the beginner section, the FAQ section, because a lot of the same questions were coming in, and that is like the first place for people to check. And then they email me if they've got other questions, and I try to answer them. But, the basics are, I'm sure it's on your site too. They can easily find the basics, and it's like, check it out, and then ask other questions and go from there.
Yeah, well, I think on my site, what I'm trying to do is just pretty much having good labeling on my videos. Because my website, I'm just doing a dombauerphoto.blogspot.com, which is the same what, the Strobist website is on. And if you just go to the bottom of the page, I've got the labels. And down there, so some people keep saying, "Dom, what tripod do you recommend?" I say, well, we've gone to the blog, find tripod, click on that, and that will take you to all the pages that I've done regarding tripod information.
Yeah, tagging and keywording, categories. That's
keywords and good labeling and categories and stuff.
We have an archive section, and Greg's going to be working on tightening up the archive section so that...
Is that the bit that you've got at the very bottom of your page?
That is random. I think that's a plugin that we use on WordPress that does that. But the archive section is going to be much better. It's going to be more visual, so you can find everything relating to X, everything related to Y, of the same thing. So,
because I thought the stuff at the bottom of your page, how you've got your equipment, then Adobe Lightroom, then Lit, and D3000 project. I thought that's a really good thing having at the bottom of your website. It's a good one for people to, as long as they scroll down to the bottom of your website, that's what they've got to do.
We just shortened it. We shortened it to 5 posts to make it load quicker, because it was loading a little slower for some people because of the videos. So now we've got it loading quicker because we're only doing 5 posts per page.
Right. Good thinking.
Yeah. So that's what I got. You got anything else you want to throw in there? Uh-oh.
No.
No? I was like, it's going long. Did we freeze? Nothing? Are you picking up any new gear this year?
Okay. Well, this year it will new gear wise, I'm still really confused about which one to get, because the Nikon 105mm VR lens or the 85 f1.8 lens. Price difference is huge. One's 300, one's 600.
Let me stop you there. 85-1.8?
85-1.8, yeah.
You don't want the 1.4?
I do want it, but I'm thinking price-wise, because I'm always thinking more about budget-wise. A lot of people ask me, saying, Don, what's the cheapest thing that you can get here? And the optical qualities that I've seen of the 1.8 and the 1.4 thingy, the 1.4 is obviously, you've got that extra 2/3 the stop, I think that is.
No, 1.4. We've actually discovered this because I messed it up. 1.4 to 1.8 is a full stop. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a full stop.
No.
Yeah.
2 is a stop.
Is it?
Yeah, 1.4 to 2 is a stop, and then 2 to 2.8. That's another stop.
I'm pretty sure 1.4. Oh, yeah, to 2. That's what I messed up because I did the 200 f2. See ya. Have a good one. Thanks. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, I still like the 1.4 better than the 1.8.
Oh yeah, well, there's no question about that. But for price wise, the 1.4 is a lot more expensive than the 1.8. It's about 3 times more expensive,
So,
especially over here in the UK where you've got all that extra tax.
That's true. So, what do you? You've got the. You don't have a macro?
Well, I did. I just recently bought the old Nikon 105mm, which I've done a couple of videos with, and just showing the kind of magic that you get when you use that really close focusing ability with it, and just how you can actually make things disappear. I did a video called Macro Magic, and just how I was in front of a tree and you could see pretty much through all the leaves and all the twigs and see the thing in the foreground, and then if you focus it back in, everything disappears. It's amazing. So I've got that, but obviously that's not even half as good as the new one, the VR, the 105 2.8 VR.
I have that. I have that. I had the old one.
Yeah, and like even speed wise on the new one is phenomenal compared to the old one as well.
I mean, I would say if you need macro, but I don't like using the 105 for a portrait. I rather use the 70-200 for a portrait. Yeah. I like it better. The 105 though for macro, you can't beat it. And then the 85 1.4 color wise is just insane. And yes, the 85 1.8 is 2/3 the price, and it's still a great lens.
Yeah. And the thing is, for me with the video on the Canon, if I get the 85, the old 85 or the 1.8, that's got aperture ring on it, so I don't need to buy any special adapter.
Sure.
So I'm always thinking. So from now on, I'm always thinking about video and photography.
Well, why wouldn't you buy a D7000 or get the D300S replacement for video?
Only if they started doing something like 60 frames a second or 30 frames a second. The slow motion that you get, because the Nikon is doing PAL and NTSC formats, so that's 25 and 30 frames a second there, but it doesn't do above that. It doesn't do the 50 or 60 frames a second like you do with the Canons.
I think the 7000 lets you do it now.
Unless that's been a firmware update.
Here, I have a let me go in. I have a D3100 right here, and I am pretty sure that in where is this? In 720. This one doesn't do it.
I don't think Nikon's done it yet.
Oh, really? I thought the 7000 does. Says this does 30 frames a second at 720.
Yeah, that will be the maximum that it's done so far.
Oh, well.
Same with the D7000.
I thought the 7000 did it. I guess they haven't sent me one yet. I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah, the 7000 definitely, from what I've used, unless they've put in a firmware update, but Nikon just hasn't done the 60 frames a second.
Maybe they'll throw it into the next bodies.
Well, that's the fingers crossed. Yeah, maybe in the D700 replacement there might be that. But at the same time, Nikon's really not that bothered about having that fast frame video.
I agree.
if you've seen the videos that the like Chase Jarvis have done working with the D7000, his was all at 25 or 24 frames a second, and you can't really tell the difference. But for stuff that I do quite a lot of sports, and being able to slow it down, and also, just brilliant, like children photography. Like today I was doing, as I said earlier, this photo shoot for this toy company.
Yeah.
And so today's shoot, go around to the house, have some kids playing with the toys. If you can then go to kids, right kids, okay, let's do a thing where you throw the toys up in the air and you try and catch them and jump and catch them and stuff like that. And then you can show them on the camera, say, right guys, look at this, slow-mo. And then they see themselves jumping in slow motion. That's like the coolest thing in the world for a kid to see. So that's something which I try and bring in to a lot of my shoots as well, is just trying to make it as interesting and as creative as possible.
Sure.
And that's where in the video thing, where you can do slow motion, it really amazes. Like with children photography, you've really got to try and keep their attention the whole time. And the other one is, again, with the macro lens. Just like showing your kids, like, okay, stand there, I'm going to do this video and I'm going to look straight into your eye. And then showing them the video of a macro video of their eyeball and how it moves just blows children away. In fact, blows most adults away as well.
Sure.
Is the most amazing thing ever. I forgot where I was going with that one. But yeah, that's where the Canon is still winning for me with the 60 frames a second or the 50 frames a second, regarding whether it's PAL or NTSC.
Yeah, Nikon's still kicking ass, though, in the low light category.
Absolutely. Humps every one of them that. And yeah, low light and low noise is the main thing. The Nikon wins. And also the dynamic range. Nikon has been listening to its requests. On so many sites it was saying, they're like polls. What do you want in your next Nikon camera? What do you want us to really work on? And so I was always emailing and said, look, increase the dynamic range. Please, 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 please. And for example, the Fuji S5. Huge dynamic.
Yeah, that thing had that 6 megapixels up and 6 megapixels down. It was doing but it was slow as balls.
Yeah, total balls. But I still use it a lot, because if I'm not needing fast, then it's absolutely fine. And for at weddings where you're outside and you're using ISO 100, it's absolutely fine. If you go really above 400, it sucks. Sure. In comparison to the current cameras that are.
Yeah, I don't drop. I'm shooting it. Well, you know where the D3S goes, so.
Oh yeah. Why go below 10,000?
Why? Only the best stay up high.
Yeah, exactly. I like being high. But the 7000 has got a huge dynamic range in its raw. That's what I'm really happy with. What Nikon have done with this new sensor.
Sure.
Is really pumping up the dynamic range that you've got when it's at ISO 50 or 100. It's looking pretty spectacular qualities you're getting out of it.
Absolutely. So that's all I got, man.
Well, what's your plans of future shoots? What are you shooting coming up this year?
Well,
any ideas? Or like more with that bands that you're working with? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on some projects to, you saw the Matisyahu photos where I spent the whole day with him.
Yeah.
12 hours. That's the type of stuff that I'm looking to do more of. So I'm reaching out to a lot of different musicians and bands and management companies who handle the bands to give me that type of access, because you've got paparazzis who don't ask for permission, and you've got me where I will ask for permission and ask for the access, because what is the worst that could happen? They could say no. And if you ask for it and you can back it up with quality work, which I do, then they're more apt to let you in, because they like your style of photography over somebody who's going to come in and be who doesn't know what they're doing when they come in, because they're not used to having that access. They're trying to always steal the image instead of asking for permission to go ahead and spend the day and capture it. And that's the direction I'm going. And I'll probably, in my beginner photography thing, as I go on week after week doing these videos, get into music photography and concert photography also. So, because that's a future product I want to work on, is basically the rock photographer's guide. Suggestions. It's kind of like the free ebook on the website. Already gives you a lot of good insight for capturing images in low light and also freezing action at concerts.
Cool. Cool, yeah. One other thing I was going to say is there's a really good program that's on British TV, I think. I think it was ITV2. You might be able to Google it. But it was about, the photographer Rankin.
Rankin? Very long time, 1800s Rankin?
No. As in modern day Rankin.
No.
He does kind of lots of major celebrity Hollywood and fashion, not so much glamour, but high fashion stuff. Very famous British photographer. So famous, he just goes by one name of Rankin.
Gotcha.
Rankin. Anyway, he's got a TV show out just now in the UK, but it's where he is recreating all the old Hollywood photos. So there'd be a picture of Marilyn Monroe or other people in the shows, and he's then trying to put all the lighting in exactly the same position. And it's just showing you how difficult it is to recreate some of those iconic Hollywood images.
Sure.
So try and maybe Google it or something. Rankin TV show.
I'll take a look. I'll definitely take a look.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely a good one and an interesting one to have a look at.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do the classic sign-off. Do you want to do a sign-off and then I'll do a sign-off? I mean, because yours isn't going to be as big as mine because you're...
Okay, I have an understated one, and Britishly understated. Okay, thanks everyone for watching this video of me and Jared having a nice little chat, our New Year's chat, about what we're hoping to do this year and what we're wanting to get out of this year. My name's Dom Bauer and my website is dombauer.com, but most of my stuff now is on the blog, which is dombauerphoto.blogspot.com, and it'll be on the link down below. Now, over to Jared.
Hey, thanks. I'll be the more overstated, obnoxious American. Is that how we're seen?
Yes!
All right. Well, thank you for watching us. We've got the bald and beautiful Dom Bauer over there. We've got the, what am I, Harry and Scary. Exactly. Harry and Scary Jared from Fro Knows Photo. So, thanks again for watching. Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com. See you, Dom.
See you, Jared.
See
you later. Bye-bye.